Hi and welcome to yet another tutorial. My name is Carolina and today I'll show you how to make those gorgeous trousers using my new sewing pattern called Diana. You can find this pattern from my shop on Etsy and I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. To start, take a fly guard and fold it in half, right side to right side, and stitch approximately ½ centimeter away from the edge. Back out the piece and use scissors to make the corners nice and pointy. Next, place the caul zip on the straight edge of the fly guard. The zipper should start 1 centimeter below the top edge. Change the zipper foot and sew the zip to the fly guard. Next, place the panel over the fly facing, right side to right side. Make sure that the edges are aligned together. Unfold the top bit and pin the second side of the zip to the fly facing. Moving on to the front panels, I'll use a zigzag stitch to run through the raw seam to prevent it from fraying. In this tutorial, I want to show you how to make those trousers without using an overlooker. Then, on the left front panel, place the zip and sew the fly facing to the front seam of the trousers, approximately 1 centimeter away from the edge. On the right trouser panel, place the left one, right side to right side, and sew the zip to the trousers. Pin together the rest of the front right and sew it together, approximately 1 centimeter away from the edge. When that's done, open the zip and top stitch it to the right trouser panel as close to the edge as possible. As I'm using a fabric with not the best structure, I'll roll the seam to make sure that it's even when I sew it on the inside. If your fabric has more structure, you could just simply press it to stay in place. And now on the inside of the trousers, as I don't want to use an overlooker, I'll leave that edge raw. I'll fold the zip fly shield inside. Make sure to make that bottom curve nicely, as we're going to fold this line to make a top stitch. Then, top stitch the folded fly shield. Make sure to make it nice and slow, as this will be visible at the front of your trousers. Next, Just remove the pins and make a small back tack stitch at the bottom of the zip fastening to secure everything in place. Moving on to the back panels, sew the back rise of the trousers panels together, right side to right side. Then, I'll use a zigzag stitch to run through the seam allowance to prevent it from fraying. You can trim off the extra bit of seam allowance to make the seam even nicer. Next, place the back trouser panel on top of the front and sew together sides and inseam. Then, I'll use a zigzag stitch to run through the seam allowance to prevent it from fraying. Then, using 2 notches at the back of the trousers, create darts that are 30 centimeters tall. You should have now 3 waistband pieces and 3 exact same pieces of the interfacing. Place interfacing over the waistband pieces and make sure to use the sticky side of the interfacing to the wrong side of the fabric. Once interfacing is pressed, sew the waistband pieces together on the sides. Next, we will attach waistband to the trousers. Longer panel of the waistband should be on the side with the zip fly guard. Attach the waistband to the trousers, starting from pinning the ends and leaving out 1 centimeter. Then pin the sides of the waistband and back of the trousers together. Measure 8 centimeters from the side seam and create pleats on each side from the extra fabric volume at the front panels. Sew waistband to the trousers. Fold the waistband ends in half, right side to right side, and sew the ends. Trim extra seam allowance and bag out using scissors to make the corners nice and even. Then, fold the waistband by 1 centimeter, make sure to cover the stitch line. Next, top stitch the waistband of the trousers. Moving on to the trousers fastening, you can choose the option that fits you best. Attach the button at the front, or like me, hide the button on the inside for the clean look. I'll sew the button only on the inside layer of the waistband. Then, make a buttonhole on the other side of the waistband. To finish off the hems, fold the inside first by 1 cm and then by 2 cm and top stitch. And that's it! You own perfect pair of Diana trousers. Thanks for watching!